Hey everyone, today I will show you how to disassemble and reassemble a 4x4 cube. So to disassemble your 4x4, first rotate the top layer by 45 degrees and then take out these two edge pieces by sticking your thumb under them. It might be a little difficult to take out first, but you can do it very easily once you have a few pieces out. And then you can take out these two centers, and eventually an edge and a corner will come together as well. And once you're done with about these many pieces, you can even take these internal pieces out. After a good chunk of pieces, you can simply spin it around until everything is fully disassembled. So these are all the pieces and this is the core once the cube is disassembled. Now we need to sort these pieces into 4 types. The first type is these kind of white internal pieces. You see these big ones and these small ones. These are 2 of the internal pieces. So that is one type. The second type is these centers, which are only of one color. Then the third type is these edges, which are of 2 colors. And finally, the fourth type is the corner, which has 3 colors. Now all the pieces have been sorted: internal, centers, edges and corners. So the first step is to get the core, and as you can see, its center pieces are all moving around. They are not fixed in one place. So we need to put these internal pieces in between these by sort of holding them like this, which is extremely difficult and requires a lot of patience too. To do this, we need 2 of the smaller internal pieces and 1 of the bigger internal pieces. Now take one of the smaller internal pieces and hold it like this, so that the center and the internal piece both coincide. Then take the bigger internal piece and fix it right next to it, so that this bottom part sort of touches the core and this top part touches the other internal piece. Now in the same way, put the other internal piece like this onto the other center and then sort of like twist it until it is fixed. And as you can see, it's extremely difficult, but you can do it.
1 minute 37 seconds later.
Okay, so now these 3 pieces are together between these 2 centers. Now you need to do the same step 3 more times on these 3 sides, so that it becomes a cross. But it's extremely hard, so I'm gonna do this off camera. And if you feel you're struggling on this first step, you can just put a tape over one of those after you're done. It will definitely help a lot. Okay, so now I've got the cross done here. So the next step is to flip it over so that the cross is facing down, and we need to make a stand for it. So that is basically the 4 center pieces of the same color. I'm gonna go with orange, but you can choose whatever color you like. So take all of the 4 orange center pieces and fit them between these internal pieces so that they just go slide in. Okay, so now I've got the stand done and all these 4 center pieces support the stand. Now we need to put the orange edges and the orange colors around the center to make the complete orange layer. So first grab the 2 yellow-orange edges and just put them down like this. And next to them you can put any of the orange corners too. So let's say the orange, yellow and the green one. But just remember that the orange should be facing down because the orange centers are also facing down. Just fit them like that. Do the same thing for all of the other pieces. So now the orange layer is completely done. So now we need to find some pieces that are not orange. So for example, some of these centers which we can put directly on top of the edges. So this yellow center, take a look at where this track goes, and as you can see it sort of goes like this towards the right. So that piece should come on the left side. Similarly the other center, it will go on the left side, so it should be put on the right side. And then do the same for all of the other centers. Now we need to put the edges between the centers. One thing to be careful about here is there are two edges which consist of the same colors. In this case they are yellow and blue. Only one of them will fit properly here. Because as you can see, this one does fit, but it doesn't work since they are the opposite colors. So you can immediately put the other one here. That definitely works. So you can again do the same for the remaining 3 edge pieces. So after putting all of those edge pieces, the second layer is also complete. But this layer is extremely unstable and feels like it's gonna pop out. So to fix that, we should put more internal pieces around these 4 centers so that it becomes a lot more stable. Now rotate the cube by 45 degrees and take a bigger internal piece and put it down over here on top of the edge piece. Then take a smaller internal piece and carefully look at how the gap is. So it's sort of in that shape. So as you can see, this internal piece also goes in the exact same way. So you can put it directly over here. And then similarly the other internal piece, again look at how it goes. This time it's in the opposite direction, and even this one goes this way. So just put it in like that. Might be a little harder to do, but be extremely careful while doing it.
346 minutes later.
Oops. Okay, now these 3 pieces are fixed. Now you can again do the same thing for the other 3 centers. Now I've put all the other internal pieces, and as you can see, the second layer is a lot more stable. So now we need to put more centers and edge pieces to make the third layer. So for that you can take another yellow center, and this is going towards the left, so this comes on the right. And similarly the other yellow center, which goes towards the right, comes on the left. So now you can do the same thing for the other centers. So now we put all of the centers, and now we need to put the edges that go between them. So this yellow blue would come right here. So you can sort of move the other center piece to put the edge in. And then we have this blue white, the green white, and finally the yellow green. As for this one, you don't really have space to move, so you should just do a slight separation and then put it in until that clicks. So as you can see, the third layer is also complete. But once again, this third layer is still unstable. Might be a little more stable than what the second layer was, but it's still a little unstable. To fix it, we have to again put internal pieces here. Now grab 4 of the little internal pieces and simply face them down, that this part goes downwards like this. It's gonna fit in that gap perfectly. And put 3 of the others in these 3 slots. After you put the smaller internal pieces, just pull this center up if it has gone down, so that we'll have enough room to fit the bigger internal piece as well. And the pieces are very small, so just be careful about them. So lift this up and put the bigger one so that it touches both the sides of the core. Now take another smaller one and fit them between the center piece and this bigger internal piece. So as you can see, even this is a little hard, but it's not impossible. So these 3 pieces are in, so you can do the same for the other 3 sides as well. But sometimes you might face problem on the last one, because getting this little internal piece at the ending is very difficult. So if you are feeling that difficulty, sometimes you can even flip it over so that you can put it like this. I feel this is an easier way, but you can go with whichever method you want. Now after you're done with all of the internal pieces, the next step is to just put all of these corners in their respective places. So they go like this. And in case the internal pieces start to move, just simply move them like this, back to its place. So now I've put all of the 4 corners. The second last step is to put all of the edge pieces in their places. Now once again, there are 2 of the same color combination. So as you can see, there's this red and yellow. With red facing up, this is going towards the right. So this piece should go to the left side. And the other red yellow, which goes towards the left, should go on the right. Similarly, put all of the other edge pieces. Now the final step is to put these 4 centers. Now you should carefully see about where the rounding is, because that will tell you where this piece will exactly go. So this piece, when you hold it this way, the rounding is on the top left. So this piece would come right here on the top left. So you can just simply push it in that way. And then this one, the rounding is on the top right, so it would go right here. And there's a chance of not having a hole here between these 2 internal pieces. You can simply make a hole with your finger. And even if you cannot make a hole, you can even use something like a flathead screwdriver, and that can help you to get a hole. So as you can see, the 4x4 is fully reassembled and it still turns. So that was how you reassemble a 4x4. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you get stuck at any point, leave a comment down below. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.